Hey you guys, I'm going to show you how I use Planoly to plan my feed and schedule my Instagram content. So I have the cheapest monthly option for $9 a month, but they do have a free version where you have a limited number of uploads per month, but you can still use it and plan your content, and it's really nice to have. But I did just upgrade to the paid account, so I have unlimited uploads each month and a few other things that I really enjoy. So let me show you how I schedule my content. And this is how I do it. It might be a little backwards, but it works for me. So I like to have this, they're called drafts, but they're kind of like folders with a bunch of content. So I have all of my brand photos, not all of them obviously, but a lot of them, headshots. I'll show you what this is in a second, and then my behind the scenes. So I uploaded these, and you can see this is what I want to schedule for the week. And I can even go in, and it's named You September 15th, so unscheduled September 15th. Today's Friday and it's September 15th, and I usually schedule on Sundays. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm going to do this from scratch. So this is my content for next week. And what I did was I just selected my social media that I planned out in advance, and I sent it to my drafts folder. And then what I also did in advance was plan all of my captions for the next, I don't know, month or so, maybe not quite a month, a couple weeks. Because this is all of my launch content, and I wanted to have that planned in advance. But some people just create social media content calendars where they decide that every Monday they're going to post a motivational quote. Every Tuesday is behind the scenes. Wednesday is a reminder to read their blog post. Thursday can be like a tip or ask for an opinion, or a bunch of different things. But they do the same things every week. And that's typically what I do. Sometimes I'm kind of back and forth on my social media strategy for myself. But for the next 2 weeks, I have created all this content really strategically, because obviously I have my launch coming up, and I wanted each piece of information to be very, very well thought out. So I have very beefy content, and obviously very beefy captions with call to actions and all sorts of things. And I have my challenge that's starting on Monday. Today's Friday. So I have all of my things ready to go. But typically I just schedule a little bit more on the fly, where I choose 5 images or 7 images, and then I just write captions coordinating with them according to my social content calendar. So yeah, this is my drafts folder for my unscheduled content. Here's some other stuff. There's overlap because I just uploaded these, but we'll go in here. And what I like to do after uploading all of this is click Move to Grid and confirm. And what happens is that send it to my feed under the plan section. So you can see this is my feed right now. This is all posted. And then the use mean unscheduled. So this content isn't scheduled yet, but I can see visually what it will look like. And I have some duplicates of stuff that I wound up changing. So I'm going to get rid of those. So they're no longer in my drafts or in my feed. But everything else looks good. And I can see right away, actually, that I have 2 graphics right on top of each other, and I don't like that. Which is why I love Planoly so much, because I can visually see exactly what my feed's going to look like, which is how I keep everything really cohesive. And then I can also see that I have 2 people holding phones right next to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few more pieces of content to kind of put some wiggle room in there. To break all of that up a little bit more. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to then schedule the content in between. So I am going to schedule this as my next post, so it will go in between these two images. And actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a graphic first, since I have 3 now, and I really want those to be broken up. So I'm going to schedule this for tomorrow, and I'm not really going to do this. I'm just showing you guys. And then typically I would copy and paste my captions, but I'm not going to do this for real because it would kind of defeat the purpose. So let's pretend that I pasted my caption here, and I have my time, go a little bit earlier, and then save. So now you can see that broke that up. And actually that shot that one all the way up there. So it broke it up anyway. And now I have these two right next to each other, and I don't want that. So I am going to maybe bring this one down. Actually, no, because if I bring this one down here, I'll have that pink folder and that pink folder right on top of each other. So I'm going to do this one because this has a lot of white in it, and this one has a lot of white in it, but this one's a little bit darker. Pretend caption, save. And what I really like about Planoly is that you write your caption in advance and you schedule it, and then what happens is once you have everything scheduled, you'll get a notification on your phone to copy and paste, basically to copy your caption, and it'll shoot the image straight to Instagram. So then you paste it into your caption and post. You don't have to think about anything. You literally just press a couple buttons and then it's good to go and it's on social media. So let's see, I have a lot of white going on right here, but then I have this image which isn't a lot of white, but it's the phone holding. Again, I guess I like the theme of that. So I am going to bring this one down. We'll say I'm going to post it at night. So you can see it's starting to look really strategic and a little bit more cohesive. Here you can see too much white graphics, black text. It's a lot. So I'm going to bring this one down because it's a little bit darker than that image, but it'll still pop against this bright white. So I think I'm on 18th or 19th. We'll just keep it for the morning, save. And you can see those really pop against each other, even though it's both of them have white backgrounds. And now, I don't mind these two like this, but this and this is a bit much. So I'm going to keep this one here. We're on the 20th. Having a hard time remembering. And I'm going to pull this one actually right here. So I'm going to schedule that one for the 21st. And obviously, like I said, I would typically be pasting all of my captions or writing captions on the fly. That way I don't have to think about it later. And I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to swap these two. So I just pretend to schedule. And you can see I just scheduled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So over a week's worth of content. And obviously, if I was going by my plan, I would have all these captions ready to go. But this is more to show you guys how to visually plan your content. But you can also add in those captions in advance as well. But yeah, Planoly is great to keep everything cohesive without having those, using the graphics right on top of each other. Or if you purchase my Instagram styling kits and you have some similar photos in there with slight variations, but if they're right on top of each other, right next to each other, it might be a little bit overkill. So spacing them out and keeping things just a little bit more planned out will make everything flow a lot better and make your Instagram feed look much more cohesive and professional and thought out without spending a ton of time, because obviously just scheduled 8 posts and that didn't take me very much time at all. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have questions.